there's all kinds of different mortgage products out there, and with this rate change, is there any one that is going to be better for sort of a first-time home buyer or a buyer who's already owned a home and then purchased? Is there any difference in what would be best for one of those types of buyers?
Those two demographics are quite different. Someone that's owned a property for a long time, they're typically a little bit older, and they've seen the ups and downs over the years, and I'd like to talk about that, as opposed to our typical first-time home buyer that we help. More often than not, there's an immediate family gift, and they're making the transaction happen.
Right.
That demographic, they only know interest rates in the 2-3% range. The more mature demographic, that, let's say they're in the market and they've got $1 million place and they're looking for a $1.5 million place, there's a good chance that they or an immediate family member recalls that it's not too long ago that interest rates were in the 5, 6, 7% range. I think back in the 90s when I bought my first house in East York, I got a 5-year fixed at 6.1, and at the time my father said I was the luckiest man on the planet. Well, Jethro, it's only 10 months ago we were putting clients into 5-year fixed mortgage rates at 6.5%, but the property values were probably 15 or 20% lower.
Yeah, so, quite a bit lower. I remember mine, it was 6.15, I believe, back in 2001. I'm guessing dating myself here a little bit, but that's kind of how it was. And of course, our parents had it at credit card rates, yes. 17 to 21%.
Over the last 40 years, Jethro, the average mortgage rate in Canada is 5.7%. So if you're less than 5.7%, you're actually on the right side of the average. So a lot of this is discussing this expectation gap of where people think or want interest rates to be. For those that watch the U.S. side of things, they're in the 6 to 7% range ongoing.
Right. But they can also write 30-year mortgages too.
Those are a very different animal in that term equals amortization. And that is the number one difference between U.S. and Canadian mortgages. But if you're locking into a 7% mortgage rate for 30 years, that's a big difference from you getting a 5-year fixed at 4.99.
Yeah, that'll add many tens of thousands, if not more, to your mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.